Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to all those that are part of the panel here this morning. I know that there has been discussion about the Suicide Prevention and Response Independent Review Committee report on the impact of suicide within the military. This is something that we have been very keenly focused on in Alaska. Our focus really has been on Fort Wainwright, along with Eielson Air Force Base. Both of these were identified for site visits in Secretary Austin's independent committee to review the suicide prevention reports. I'm sure that you are well aware of that. I guess this would be a question for you, Dr. Martinez-Lopez, and I'm curious to know what level you all will be working, will be involved in Secretary Austin's implementation working group. And as you answer that, I would ask for, I'd ask for your commitment to visit some of our bases in Alaska as you look at that proposed suicide prevention report. And I would suggest that starting at Fort Wainwright would be a pretty good place to begin. And then, don't know if you are a walker, but encourage you to take the 3-mile walk from the furthest barrack. It was built back in the 50s, to the outdated and too small dining facility there at Wainwright. The sun's coming on and it's getting warmer, but I would challenge you to do it in the dark and at 30 below, as many of our soldiers have to do. So if you can speak to that.
Ma'am, thank you for the invitation, but I already accepted the distinguished senator from Alaska when I was doing my hearings. I have 2 places I need to go for the same topic, Alaska and North Dakota.
All right.
I'm working it now in April, so I hope to be able to, I've been there.
Yeah.
I did the Arctic Survival School a couple of years back.
Good.
When I was doing aerospace medicine. So for a Puerto Rican to be out there in Alaska during those times.
You know, we have significant Puerto Rican population out at Fort Greely, and they love it there.
Yes, so. Ma'am. And I survived, obviously.
Yes.
Yes, this issue of, I already told you, I mean, this issue of suicide and mental health is very important to me. I'll be working with the team, and I'll be working with the secretary to address what we can do, short-term, mid-term, long-term. This is not a done and we're done. It's going to take us a while. It's a journey. Every day we're going to learn. Every day we're going to deploy new ideas.
So can I ask on that, if I can just interrupt there, because we're going to be seeing the president's budget laid down here in the next day or so. And I don't know if you can speak to whether or not we're going to see any of this outlined or projected in the president's budget. You know, are we going to see certain military construction projects prioritized, certain programs prioritized that can perhaps help make a difference? Because we know we've got to do something, and just doing the studies doesn't necessarily save lives.
On my 8th day on the job, I really don't know the answer to that one. My assumption is yes, but can anyone else help me? We owe you an answer on that one.
Okay.
Senator, one thing I will add, within the Army, we definitely have done that. And under General McConville's leadership, we have what's called quality of life, in which the commanding general, General Eifler, has been able, through a holistic approach, been giving resources and facilities that we're looking at adding, the manning of the hospital. So we're taking a holistic approach which prioritizes Alaska, and that is one of the chief's top concerns, priorities.
Well, thank you for that. And we have included in our Arctic Warrior Act provisions 2 authorizing provisions for troops stationed there in Alaska. One's for cold weather duty pay. The other one is a requirement that service members in Alaska be reimbursed for the cost of a flight home. And when you think about financial stressors, the things that just people cannot handle anymore. If they need to be reconnected with family and they can't afford the $2,000, $3,000 flight home, or they don't have the cold weather gear. Or another issue that we hear is pay systems, that the service members are literally victims of outdated technology. They don't get paid on time. We've heard from some young servicemen that it's taken up to 7 months to get their paycheck situation squared out. I don't know how that works, but you know, when you have that kind of financial stress on our service members, that's not right to them. So I'd like that again, as we're looking for considerations to be factored in as well. Mr. Chairman, thank you.